everyone. Live from Vienna, Austria. This is once again Saturday Morning Live with me, Sister Vassa, and I want to say Ron.
Rob.
Rob.
Call me Dr. Rob.
This is Rob, also known as Dr. Rob. Listen, everybody, let me begin by telling you what's going on this week. In case you didn't know, breaking news in the church calendar is that today is the Saturday preceding the very beginning of Lent for Orthodox Christians. Lent is beginning, yay!
Yay!
Yay, Rob. All right,
Finally.
That was a little bit late, Rob, but
Sorry.
almost on time. So Lent is beginning this Monday, February 19th. Latin Christians already began Lent on Ash Wednesday, and Byzantine Catholics or Greek Catholics on last Monday. Anyway, today is, according to the Lenten Triodion, is the Saturday of all of the ascetic fathers, or the God-bearing fathers. Mothers are presumed as well, but we don't mention them explicitly according to the official title of this Saturday, because that's the way it is, not only in church tradition, but in world traditions, really, in society, that men are considered traditionally representative of the whole human race. That's why in many societies, until quite recently in world history, women did not vote, men voted for everybody. How did I begin on this topic, Rob? I don't know.
It's good.
Anyway, it is the Saturday of the Ascetical Fathers, and we celebrate that they glorified God through dedicating their entire lives to God-focused fasting and prayer. Tomorrow, my friends, also, in this transitional weekend towards Lent, is known as Forgiveness Sunday. I know anyone watching this right now probably knows all of this, but I'd just like to review that tomorrow's Sunday, the Sunday right before Lent, we ask forgiveness of one another, not only of people not only the easy ones, I was talking to my sister today on the phone. She's across the ocean. She's like, yeah, this is an easy one, my middle sister. Anyway, also the ones that are not that easy, that we let go of grudges, just let it go just like that. Because we're reminded in the reading tomorrow at Divine Liturgy for this Forgiveness Sunday from Matthew 6, where our Lord reminds us, right after he teaches us to pray according to his prayer. The reading is where he says, and forgive, if you forgive others their trespasses, then God will forgive you yours. So that's the easy way, all right? The easiest way, just to let things go as they come along. What else should I tell you, my friends? It's also known tomorrow, Forgiveness Sunday, as the commemoration of Adam's exile from paradise. It's called Adam's Exile. Again, we know that Eve was also exiled, but we do commemorate the lament of Adam, and we also take on this lament of our separation from paradise, my friends, our separation from God. This is why also Lenten weekdays remind us of this separation from God through the liturgical moment that the divine liturgy is suppressed. We have no celebration of the full Eucharistic liturgy on Lenten weekdays in the Byzantine tradition. We do have the liturgy of the pre-sanctified gifts on Wednesdays and Fridays, but it's a voluntary exile of us, if you will, from the reality, the fulfillment of New Testament grace, and we take ourselves back to that time of lament, of fallen humanity, awaiting the fulfillment and the coming of the Messiah. So our voluntary exile is also expressed on another level of liturgical, beautiful little details, that we hear more readings from the Old Testament during the week. There are readings from the book of Genesis and Proverbs. Those two books, there's always a reading from them at Lenten Vespers during weekdays. And at the 6th hour, there is the reading from the great prophet Isaiah. That's what's going to be happening during the weekdays. And this first week, just bear with me, everybody. We'll get to the funner part of this little live show. What was I going to say?
But the second week?
Oh, during the first week, right?
Yeah.
See, Rob is supposed to know what I'm going to say and remind me of it when my mind goes astray. I start thinking about, I don't know, the Olympic Games or something in Pyeongchang.
Yes.
About the creepy North Korean cheerleaders. No, I'm just kidding. I wasn't exactly thinking of them. I was actually thinking who is commenting right now, Rob. So listen, last thing I'm going to tell you in church news, everybody. The first 4 weekdays, Monday evening, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, will be the reading of the famous, beloved great canon of St. Andrew of Crete, which is an expression, allows us to give expression to this lament about our shortcomings, about our sin. Actually, this is a very liberating experience. People really love this canon. So if you have the chance to get to church, everybody, do try to do so for this beautiful canon, which is very long, but it's split up into 4 parts this week, first week of Lent, so you can hear and participate in this lament as the canon goes through examples of great heroes of salvation history who also fell short and sinned, and the various ways in which these people repented and found renewal in God. All right? So those are the events coming up soon. And if you want to be accompanied on this journey of Lent, please check out the possibility of signing up to our audio podcast. Twice a week, we do an audio podcast. This is not clickable, by the way, the link you see here. But if you write it down, patreon.com/Sister Vassa. Rob, are you still with us?
I am.
All right. I don't know what he's thinking about. But anyway, you can be accompanied on your Lenten journey by these twice weekly audio podcasts. We will be going together the Lenten journey and, hopefully in an inspirational way, trying to make the journey together, as also we might share some cooking tips about Lenten food. See, we've been stocking up. I already showed you this once, my friends, but you want to get your sources of iron and protein, like beans. Just cook up a big pot. Sometimes one can eat the same thing all week if you cook a lot of it at once. Lentils and quinoa, we should not forget. These things are easy to make, even though some of them take longer to cook, but all of this is easy. Cook a big pot. You can make different dishes out of it, cold, hot, whatever. You can make hummus out of the chickpeas. And of course, we're not going to forget fresh fruits, vegetables. Of course, some people don't eat at all, as the Typicon suggests, for the first 3 days of Lent. And then they approach Holy Communion at the pre-sanctified liturgy on Wednesday of the first week. But one does what one can. Just don't throw the baby out with the bathwater if for whatever reason you can't fast physically according to these rules, okay? Lent is a special season, and it's a good time to take care of some spiritual and physical fitness, my friends, okay? So I myself have been hitting the gym, if I can. Is that something to brag about,
Yeah,
Ron?
totally.
I'm not a great hero of fitness, but I have been doing my 42 minutes on the treadmill, okay? Almost daily. I think on average, I average 5 days a week. But Lent in itself, if you do the full program with the prostrations, symbolically there are 300 great prostrations a day, well, in 24 hours, if you follow the Typicon. But most, lay people don't, and those of us who have jobs in this world, not in a monastery, don't do the full program, okay? I'm just telling you, sometimes it's good to know these things, even the fact that we don't do them, right? Did I say avocados? You can make all sorts of stuff out of avocados. Now, if you're fasting with oil, even though strictly speaking, oil of any kind is not allowed during weekdays. It is always allowed on weekends. However, if you are fasting with oil, as we always did in my family, I never even heard of fasting without oil when I was growing up in the family of a very devout Russian Orthodox priest, my father. Fasts were followed, but with oil. But as I get older, I just want to tell you that with the insights of modern day nutritional medicine and so forth, that if you're looking to keep your weight in order or even lose weight, it is advisable to limit the oil. Like the program of Weight Watchers suggests, 2 teaspoons and no more a day. Actually, it goes a long way if you actually do it. So don't overdo it with the oil, because sometimes, if you fast the wrong way with lots of, bread and jam and margarine and all of that junk, you're going to gain weight, my friends. And you want to stay healthy? Rice cakes should not be forgotten. And something tasty, there are always pickles. All right? Simple things. These are not very expensive things. And then, every now and then, you want something sweet. There is, of course, fresh fruit. I don't know. Why am I doing this, everybody? I know you know what an apple looks like. I decided to demonstrate it to you for some reason. But I am suggesting, in order to get psyched for Lent and be well prepared, that you're not caught off guard on Monday morning, right? With nothing to eat but leftover, I don't know, sour cream and like lox or something, right? So you want to be well prepared, make a plan. Every once in a while, I'll be making myself some shakes with berries and sliced bananas and almond milk. Put some ice cubes in the blender. We don't have a blender to show in case somebody doesn't know what it is. I'm just kidding around with you people. So anyway, think of creative ways where you can stay with the program, because fasting, my friends, also physically and food-wise, is a communal thing. It's community building, and we do it according to a certain plan, and if we do it in a smart way, it's also healthy. And please remember, I have this big jug of water. You see, I know it looks yellow. This water doesn't look very good. We around here put this kind of sweetener into the water. There's flavored, you can make water flavored, but if one drinks this every day, I know that there's 3 liters here. 2 liters actually is the minimal amount of water one should drink a day. So don't forget, of course, it could be tea, and something else. Diet Coke, for example, is allowed, but don't overdo it if you're a Diet Coke addict.
Right.
I'm not going to mention any names. All right. So, you know what, Rob?
Yeah.
Why don't we check out? We are going to get to our exciting award-winning segment with Rob the Newsman. It's called What's in the News.
Yes.
We will review some interesting news stories from this week. But first, we want to greet some of you.
Yeah, I think we have some people here with us today, and I think there were also some comments about fasting as well. We have Cynthia with us. Hello, Cynthia.
Cynthia, we're so glad that you made it this time.
Yeah. Julie is with us. Julie Lucky. Hello from Front Royal, Virginia.
Front Royal again. Cynthia's from where?
Front Royal, or Cynthia is from Northern California.
We did know that. We wanted everyone else to know it too.
And Cynthia's on her struggle to work. Dominic is with us.
Dominic Di Novo.
Yeah,
hello, Dominic.
I am a Catholic and have great respect for and interest in the Eastern Orthodox Church. Welcome.
Oh, well, welcome to you. We have great respect for Catholics as well. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, right?
Yes.
Not a sin. Not a sin, everybody. I have great respect for and have learned a lot from some great Roman Catholic scholars and friends. And yes, I think that it's a positive thing, not in some way that compromises our faith, but to benefit and to learn from the best of the best in various fields, even when they are outside of our communion. Anyway, am I being preachy today? I think I am. I'm sorry, everybody. I don't know what got into me. I should ask forgiveness. Well, tomorrow I have to do that, all right? So I'm not going to do it today.
Kevin Clements is with us this morning. Good morning. Good morning, Kevin.
Sergeant JCJ.
So yeah, hello from Joseph and Ronnie Sue in Tacoma, Washington.
Hello, Joseph and Ronnie Sue.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, Cynthia says she loves some Sister Doctor fun facts. Yep. You laid them on.
Well, I guess you had no choice, right?
Yeah.
Because there they were.
Yeah. Oh, Ami is with us. Hello,
Hi,
Sister and
Ami.
Rob. Woke up just in time. Very happy for it. Thank you very much for joining us.
You know, we are thinking of raising the production value of this show.
Mhm.
What do we call production value? That's a fancy term that Rob introduced around here. We're having a set built so that it looks more like a talk show, you know? I don't know if you people prefer this cozy look that we have now,
Mhm.
but we want to make it more, you know, sort of, how do you say? Sort of,
yeah, a little sharper,
a little sharper.
Yeah.
And then, you know, during Lent, we're afraid a lot of people will be in church on Saturday mornings, so we won't really we'll keep calling it Saturday Morning Live. Anyway, don't worry, this is a few weeks away because we have to have all this stuff built,
Mhm.
but then we'll have it edited properly with pictures and music, and we'll be like two news people.
Yeah.
I think it'll be nice.
Yeah.
I hope it'll be nice. Anyway, I hope you support us when we do that. Meanwhile, subscribe to our audio podcast,
Yeah.
everybody. You know why? Because we need your support. It's
Mhm.
only $5 a month. And for us to continue our online mission, and for me also to be able to pay my crew
Mhm.
and pay the rent here and just exist, because I do this full time, we do need your support. We're completely crowdfunded. So don't be a why person, be a why not person and try it.
Exactly.
Okay? Just try it out. You can always unsubscribe.
Mhm.
It's not like joining a gym.
Right.
Okay, we're going to get to your news segment soon, Rob.
Yeah, just a second here. Ami
Okay.
asks, what is Rob wearing today?
Well, actually, that is a good question, Rob.
Yes. Yeah, I have my favorite Frankenstein jacket on, and it's freezing outside today, so I have a hoodie on underneath it.
He has a hoodie on.
Yeah. Oh, and
And
my T-shirt is just one of my old favorite T-shirts. It's just has a print from Night of the Hunter with Robert Mitchum.
we can't
Yeah.
really see the
Yeah.
print that well anymore. It's had better days.
Worn off a bit.
It's worn off.
Yeah.
Did you get it at
That's
that flea market outside? You
No.
did, no? Yeah.
I found it next to the flea market.
He looks pretty cool though, right? You
Mhm.
can't see there's a sort of print on this. It is a black jacket,
Mhm.
and then there's that hoodie that Rob got when he was still running with the street gangs, probably. Just a wild guess, but this is a look. I was gonna say a sharp look, but it's definitely a look.
It's something
Okay.
people can look at. Let's see here. I can't wait for Sunday. Oh, Katie Barrett says, I can't wait for Sunday. Is that Katie? Katie. Sorry. Been in Indiana
Carol
too long.
Burnett.
Carol
No.
Burnett. Carol Burnett is with us.
Sorry, Katie. It's Katie Barrett.
Katie Barrett. I can't wait for Sunday. This is always a beautiful and emotionally cleansing time.
Yes, it is. It's
Mhm.
beautiful. Tomorrow at Vespers is the forgiveness rite. We ask forgiveness of one another. It's very beautiful, often celebrated right after the Divine Liturgy at parishes. So don't miss it at a church near you.
Yeah. Weight Watchers Foodie Mother Runner says good morning.
No,
Good morning.
hello, Weight Watchers, foodie mother runner. So God bless you.
Mm-hmm. Razor Rob Cole gives us a smiley face, and hey, Sister Vassa and Rob.
Hey, Razor Rob Cole,
Hey.
good to see you.
Yeah. Oh, fashion comments and Bible commentary, says Cynthia.
Exactly, Cynthia.
Yeah.
Where else do you get this?
What more
This
can you
is
need?
a unique show. Fashion tips,
Yeah.
fashion icon. Need I say more about my outfit?
Indeed.
This definitely a trendsetter right here. Yes, with Bible commentary. Mina.
Yeah. Mina Solomon writes, hello from the Coptic Church. We read this gospel last Sunday, even though we start Lent together.
Well, hello, Mina, and greetings to you, a Coptic Christian.
Yeah. Good afternoon from Sweden, from Vex. Hello, Vex.
Hello, Vex from Sweden.
Yeah. Lynn Tumlison writes, it's all fun, especially when you get lost, so I can relate.
Okay. Wait, it's all fun, especially when you get lost. Oh, you mean, did you see that Are we getting lost? Or me, maybe?
I don't know. Maybe I am. It's
Uh,
common, yeah. I just wander around in my thoughts in the city.
Razor Rob Cole says the creepy
Creepy cheerleaders.
cheerleaders. They are a little creepy. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
We're gonna get to this news now.
yeah.
Wait a second, Cynthia.
Cynthia writes, saw the great young man on the hockey team who was the first member who was black. He is also 6'5", and he plays for Boston University.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. All right, and
Colorado.
sorry, I got lost in the. Now I just got lost in the comments there. Good morning from Colorado.
Who says that?
That is Rebecca Haas.
Hello, Rebecca.
Yeah, good
Good
morning.
to see you.
Yeah, and Mina writes, she adds fava beans and lentils.
Indeed, lentils. Yeah. Lentils are the best. Everybody, you have to make them different ways, but they're very good.
Yeah.
You could. Oh, okay. Wait. Sorry. Let's keep going.
Ami says she's been stocking up her Lenten fridge, and she'll be indulging in the cheeseaholic self, or her cheeseaholic self at Cheese Fair tomorrow. Have
fun.
Yeah. And
Noah Constrictor.
Oh yeah. Do you wear your monastic clothing at the gym?
No.
Asks Noah Constrictor.
No, I don't. I don't. Look, I don't creep people out at the gym, all right? I do have a very small gym. It's, walking distance, which is important to me. I go there very early in the morning, and sometimes there's nobody there. Sometimes there are, I don't know, some elderly people, maybe one or two people. So I only do the treadmill, and I do it intensely though. I try anyway. I don't know if this is helpful to anybody. All right, who else?
There's just a few more, and then we'll get into the news. We have Mina says, I feel like I'm cheating when I use guacamole. I enjoy it very much.
Yeah, guacamole. A lot of stuff you can do with avocados. You're not cheating though. Mm-hmm. Not cheating. Look, it's some people say, oh, I think more about food during Lent than I do otherwise. Well, some people say, oh, if I just had a hot dog, it's cheaper and it's more simple and I think less about it. Well, none of that has value. Well, because you think it up yourself. There is a tradition. There is a communal element to this because we all might have better ideas, but there's a beauty to an identity building value to fasting because you're not the only one doing it and you're not the only one doing it according to a certain framework. Yes, I do understand that it can be unhealthy if you don't think about how to do this in a healthy manner and integrate into this framework, which can be healthy, but it can also be unhealthy, right? There are things allowed, like you could just, eat white bread nonstop and not drink enough water and, do things that aren't good for you. So anyway, what I'm saying is we try to plan this out and do it together according to the best of our ability without completely not doing it, All right. Who else is commenting to us?
Let's see here. Razor Rob Cole lets us know he's greetings from Holden Beach, North Carolina.
All right. Holden Beach.
Yeah.
Razor Rob Cole, always good to see you.
Dominic, he says pray for unity. Indeed.
Okay.
And let's see here. Yeah, we got them already.
Yvonne is here.
Oh, there, yeah. Good morning. Good afternoon, Sister Vassa and Rob. This is my first Orthodox fast. I appreciate the tips.
All right. Well, we'll be doing it together then, all right?
Yeah.
So I like any set. Keep the show coming, says Sergeant JCJ.
Yeah.
That was, I'm sorry. I forgot they told us their names. Anyway, okay. If you enjoy this show with any set, then we're happy to hear that.
Yeah. Lynn says she's from Lawrence, Kansas. Love it all. You're part of my daily morning ritual and driving in the car. Thank you for upping the quality of my spiritual life.
Oh, all right. So maybe you listen to the podcasts, right? Everybody, if you're just joining us, check out the audio podcast for your Lenten season. Twice a week, we will be accompanying one another, all of the zillions and us, commenting as contemplating, reading some of the texts from the hymnography and the readings on a weekly basis. And if you want to also follow my daily reflections on scripture, they are available to you for free via email. You can get a daily email, all right? If you go to our website, which is www.coffeewithsistervassa.com, it's not all in caps necessarily, but you'll find it like this. Go to our website and sign up. All you have to do is type in your email address, okay? And you get a daily email with a little reflection on scripture. Now, another way to do this, show them our book.
Yes.
Dr. Rob. And then we'll get to our world famous news segment that Rob has diligently prepared. He lives for this all week, I tell you. He wants to talk about it all the time. See, this is the Book of Daily Reflections. This is a full book, 365 daily devotions for busy people. So we sold out of the first printing. It wasn't too large, so I don't want to exaggerate that, but we did sell out of the first 300. It's a very popular book in our little ghetto, right?
Yeah.
And
very popular.
You could take it with you. It's a small book, just for every day. There's a little reflection, okay, on scripture, so you get your daily dose of spiritual reading, if that's what you'd like to do, all right? And it's an attractive little book. You can get it at the gift shop at our website. Just click on gift shop, and we can send you the book. You do have to pay for shipment from Austria, so that's sort of a drag. Or if you live in the New York area, St. Vladimir's Orthodox Seminary bookstore, we don't have the address, but St. Vladimir's Orthodox Seminary, look it up. They have a bookstore. They ordered a bunch of books from us already twice, so they carry this book if you can get to. It's in Yonkers, New York, okay? Otherwise, order it from us at our website, okay? So, you know what we're going to do, my friends? We'll get to other comments later, but we do want to get to our very popular news segment with Dr. Rob.
Yes.
It's called What's in the News, and the whole internet, as far as I know, is abuzz.
Yes.
A buzz about this. So, Rob, tell us, what is your first story?
Okay, first.
This is This Week in the News.
Yes. I'm starting with Winter Olympic updates from Pyeongchang 2018. The results so far, Norway is leading the pack in medals.
What about those Norwegians?
Yeah, what about them indeed?
I was in Norway just recently, and an impressive people indeed. Good for the Norwegians.
Yeah.
Do we have any Norwegians with us? No, they're all watching the Olympics.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
I don't know.
Germany is right behind them with medals.
Yay, Deutschland.
Yeah.
Germany.
And the U.S., Austria, and the Russian athletes and Japan are all tied at the moment. But the medal situation is changing constantly.
I don't think that they're in third, though. There was somebody in third.
Yeah.
Who was that? The Netherlands or somebody?
Yeah, Netherlands or Canada. I think they're neck and neck.
Okay, anyway. Yeah. Okay, moving on. You know what? Frankly, some of us have not watched the Olympics at all. But we won't mention any names. All right, moving on.
Just one bit of Olympic news that maybe we've all seen is the North Korean cheerleaders.
Already mentioned on this podcast.
Yes, they're baffling people with their enthusiasm and cheers and kind of weirding people out a bit. I appreciate their passion for everything. They're showing up to all of Korea's events.
I wonder why.
Yeah, this year being the first year in Olympic history where Korea has a unified team, and
to the dismay, I must say, of some of the South Korean athletes. I don't think they've won a single medal, have they? Oh no, they have.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm wrong. A
few.
But
not
you
many,
know,
though.
People were upset in South Korea because it's not the way we think. You know, we're all for, world peace here. But they, very late in the game, they were compelled, because of this political decision, to unify teams. And that's not the way, you need training together.
Right.
So a lot of young people in South Korea also were quite upset at this disadvantage that their athletes who are hosting the Olympic Games, that's very exciting for South Korea. Well, they are at a disadvantage. But God
Yeah.
bless, North and South Korea.
Hmm.
We of course feel very much for, those many Christians imprisoned in North Korea.
Hmm.
That is not a secret, although you don't hear a lot about it.
No.
But it's not easy for these people. Probably not for these cheerleaders either. I said that they're creepy because it's creepy because you're forced to cheer and smile. You don't know what they're actually going through.
Right.
And Kim Jong Un's
Hmm.
wife used to be one of these cheerleaders.
Hmm.
Uh, you know
Yeah.
that poor woman. Okay, so anyway,
In much more tragic news this week, there was on Wednesday, the 14th, at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. That was the scene of the deadliest high school shooting in U.S. history, leaving 17 students and teachers
high
dead.
school shooting,
Yes.
right? Because
Yeah.
there were more, right?
Right.
Yeah, heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking. Our policy is not to mention the guy who
Right.
was arrested. We will not mention his name,
No.
but Lord have mercy on all involved.
Hmm.
And I'm thinking, this kind of, it's just what's heartbreaking is that it's almost impossible to discuss this phenomenon, this tragic phenomenon, so common now in the United States. You say anything about it, it's like both sides start to insult each other. You're the,
Hmm.
whatever, pansy or fairy if you don't like guns and you want to take all our guns away from us. And then on the other side, you immediately, think that people who are afraid for their Second Amendment rights or
Hmm.
whatever, that they are out to, that they support this kind of,
Hmm.
gun violence.
Right.
Some people might live out in the boondocks. I don't know, but to simply not to do anything when something like this happens. Really, is it really impossible to, somehow, at least with these machine guns,
Hmm.
to do something about it? Anyway, obviously, this is not our area of activity or activism. However, I think that when something like this happens, at least I can, uh, instead of just expressing shock and dismay, I'm thinking, in the spirit of the Lenten season, to accept some responsibility. Am I responsible in my little neck of the woods for not, not being, mm, well, not somehow being part of the solution rather than part of the problem? Do I contribute to blocking of any discussion of this somehow through my attitudes? And do I, the least I can do, I think, is to take note and take some spiritual, at least, responsibility by saying, you know, uh, somehow from my little bell tower, I can contribute to um, embracing the spirit of God rather than other kinds of spirits, including the kinds that guide some young people, like this young man who, opened fire on others. Um, that I choose the right side, just to, as far as, God's divine energies in this world, if I can try to be a vessel of those, um, that could be my small part, but also not to look upon this as some kind of an outsider or as completely innocent of it, somehow in blocking discussion. And, somehow when in violent crimes, there has to be a spiritual processing of this in a responsible way that leads us all somehow to take note and to grieve, um, as partly responsible. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone, but it's a little bit of a Gibran-esque thing to say if you're familiar with Gibran and his views in The Prophet about crime and punishment and stuff like that. All right, I am babbling, Rob. This does not sound like a news show, does it? All right, on
Okay.
with the news.
On with the news. We have something you'd be interested in: the wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. It's due to take place on the 19th of May, 2018, at St. George's Chapel in Windsor Castle.
May 19th?
Yes.
Oh, that's fun. See,
Yeah.
that'll be well after Pascha.
Mm-hmm.
And yay, right? A royal wedding. Well, good for Meghan and good for Harry.
Yeah.
He really got it together, didn't he?
Yes.
That's what he needed, an American girl.
There is some news about the president.
All right. You mean of the United States?
Yes.
Okay. Is it not obscene or is it obscene?
No, it's obscene.
All right. So when you have some news
Yes.
about him that's not obscene,
Okay.
then maybe we can mention it. But
Fair enough.
this being a family show,
All right.
Unfortunately, a lot of the news about some leaders of the world are not fit to print.
Oh, speaking of
But God bless them anyway, right?
Indeed. The official portraits of Michelle and Barack Obama were released this week. And there's the criticism has run the gamut from negative to positive. I think they're pretty cool. They're really untraditional, but I dig them. I think they're really interesting.
Is he stuck in the tree with a chair fixed to something?
That happens sometimes, right?
Well, God bless them both.
Yes.
Beautiful people, of course. Oh, which reminds me, actually, there's a no, Michelle is beautiful, but you know what? I find this a little weird. I didn't see these before, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess they're original. All right, so take that down. You know what I want to mention? That I watched a wonderful interview, actually, with President Obama on David Letterman's new show. Did you see this? He really has an interesting new show. It's on Netflix. I think it's called something like It's Interviews, like what he basically did before, but without the band and that stuff. So Letterman is doing interviews. I think it's called this.
My guest needs, or no introduction necessary, or my next guest is.
Oh, my next guest doesn't need an introduction?
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, it's the David Letterman, new sort of talk show. And what really struck me, I watched the Obama one, but I also watched one with George Clooney. And I was really impressed. I didn't know that, well, I didn't know anything about George Clooney, really. But you find out a lot about his upbringing. He grew up in a devout Catholic family, and to this day is very engaged in social justice issues. And then he married this wonderful woman, Amal, who is a human rights lawyer, and they're engaged in certain worthy issues. And George Clooney talks about going to confession and how he wouldn't tell the priest everything. So when he was a boy, and so to punish himself because he felt guilt for concealing certain things, he would put rocks in his socks, and then put his socks on and jump off of his bed. Oh, gravel in his socks to do this sort of punishment of himself, because he's like, well, then, God will let me off the hook about these sins that I thought that the priest really shouldn't know, and, in his adolescent years. But anyway, I thought it was sort of, am I saying that this is a good pious exercise? No, but I was very moved by his whole person and this very personal interview. And David Letterman goes and visits in Kentucky the parents of George Clooney, and he sees their home and these people, how they have, they have brought someone from Syria, a refugee, and saved his life. And anyway, it's very heartwarming. And I think sometimes some of these big movie stars these days are no longer, like decades ago, the movie stars often were the drug addicts and these kinds of characters. Oftentimes one sees George Clooney also talks about having these twins now. He's a father, and the type of dedication he has to his children and his wife. It's all very inspiring, I find. Anyway, that's what I watched this week. Cool. If anybody cares, moving on.
There were just the last two news items that I'm sure everybody's been waiting for.
All right, here they come, everybody. Listen.
Two brothers in Herzberg, Germany, have turned an ordinary bathtub into a flying passenger drone. Philip and Johannes Mickenbecker, they took drone propellers and fixed them to their bathtub, flew it across a field as a test run, went to the shop, got some food, and so congratulations, the future has arrived. It looks exactly as we thought it would.
This is the future. Yes. Wait, look, I'm pointing in the wrong place. I have to point in front of Rob.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
All right. You realize I'm seeing a mirror image, everybody. So there's the future. Everybody get a good... You heard it here. You can now have a flying bathtub. Yes. What you all needed. Yeah. And you heard it here first.
And our last news item for this week is this. Pigzilla. This is in Hong Kong. A huge boar has been caught on film.
Huge boar. Yes. Not to be, we mean B-O-A-R.
Yes.
Not to be confused with a boring person.
Exactly.
You were going to name someone, but no.
He's been caught taking food out of this dumpster. And so, again, the future has arrived, and I'm not sure if it looks exactly like we thought it did, but...
Well,
it's the future we got.
Who said that the future ain't what it used to be?
There we go.
So, what did they do with him?
And they didn't say that. They didn't say. I think they just let it go on its way. I think they
into the neighborhood.
Yeah. What can they do with that thing?
Put it in the zoo, right? Yeah. Well, I don't know if I'd feel comfortable with that guy running around my neighborhood. All right, is that it?
That's the news this week.
All right, thank you, Rob, for that. Invigorating indeed news report.
Yes.
So why don't we take care of some of these wonderful comments that we might be getting? We're not sure. Who else is with us?
Let's see.
Somebody we haven't talked to yet, Rob. Oleg. Oh, Marcy's here. Marcy Shore is here.
Hey, Marcy.
Marcy got in. See, Marcy's been trying to find how to chat with us. So what does she write?
She writes, I am so excited. So hi, Zillions, from Moorfield, West Virginia, USA.
Hello, Marcy. Anyway, Marcy's an old friend of ours, so I'm glad she's here. A prominent Zillion indeed.
Mm-hmm. Cecilia is with us. Sister Vassa, what does Zirog?
Oh, Zirafagi. I don't actually know how you say it in English. Zirafagi. Well, in Russian we say sukhoyedение. It's the eating of dry food. So... There are I taught a seminar once on fasting at the University of Vienna, and this term, according to the lexicon, actually has different interpretations in the fasting traditions. So, what it meant in the monasteries where I have lived, or convents, the eating of dry food is that you don't eat anything that is cooked, and also you don't have oil, okay? So it would mean eating something like avocados, right? You can put soy sauce on it, even a little bit of garlic. Watch out for it if you sing in church, because you're not doing any favors to people in church. You can have, olives, pickles, dried fruit. You can also have...
That's one of my favorites.
Rice cakes and bread would be allowed according to the ideas of dry food eating. But you wouldn't eat cooked vegetables, for example, or cooked beans, stuff like that. Anything that's cooked. But bread, yes, I know that bread is baked, but you can have bread and you can have, whatever. Like I said, rice cakes, you can have tea. All right, does that answer your question? There's another interpretation that says that the eating of dry food is simply eating without oil. All right? So what would be observed, for example, I lived for 2 years in Jerusalem in the convent on the Mount of Olives, And what we received, the gates of the convent would be shut on Sunday evening of Forgiveness Sunday, and nobody was allowed in or out until the following Saturday. So the whole first week, and we didn't have any meals until we actually didn't have any common meals for the whole week. But on Wednesday, after the first pre-sanctified liturgy, they handed to us an avocado, which you know that they grow in the Holy Land up in Galilee. There I've seen avocados growing. And I believe we got one baked potato actually on that Wednesday. But basically it was presumed, but you know, what you did on your own was sort of, I mean, I think some elderly nuns and might have eaten, you know, but we didn't eat until Wednesday. And then you got some kind of a portion of food for the rest of the week, once a day. I believe, I don't remember exactly, but I'm telling you part of the story. This would be considered, even though you got a baked potato, you know, in tin foil, to be xerophagia. So, all right, anyway, there is the concept. For those of you out there who don't know, we got this question from Cecilia Valadares.
Yeah.
Okay, so either not eating any cooked food at all, but in any event, it's not having any oil.
Yeah. And Yvonne, she writes, I can heartily recommend Sister's new Lenten ebook.
Did she say hardly recommend or heartily?
Heartily.
She said heartily.
Yes.
So there is, thanks for reminding us, I do have a new book out on Amazon, everybody, for Lent.
Yes.
If you want to be accompanied specifically by Lenten reflections, this is just an ebook. It's not out in hard copy, but get it. It's called Lent with Sister Vassa. Yeah. All right? So unlimited supplies of ebooks, right?
Exactly. We have infinity stock of those.
Infinity stock.
Yeah, just order them. We're passing them out.
So it's a little reflection according to the scriptural passages and some hymnography that we have every day of Lent according to the Byzantine Church calendar. All right, everybody, Lent with Sister Vassa. Look for it on Amazon.com. Order it for your Kindle, and then leave a review. Whether you like it or not, leave a positive one. All right, just so that we look good and you support our mission. All right, get rid of it now, Rob.
All right.
We're going to look at some more comments. How long have we... Oh, we have to finish, everybody. Let's get a few more people.
If we miss anyone, sorry about that. But we'll get you... Yeah, come back next week. But
Razor Rob Cole said, weekend morning update with co-host Rob.
Yes, I hope I do Sarah Silverman or Norm MacDonald justice as the weekend morning update person.
Lynn Tomlinson asks, can we order it from St. Vlad's for less shipping? Yes, you can. Lynn Tomlinson is show the book again of Daily Reflections. Could you?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I didn't mean that book. The hard copy, because she's asking about the St. Vlad's. And this book, Lynn Tomlinson is asking, can you order this book for less? Yes, of course, because it's in New York, but it depends on where you are, okay? Right. We ship it from Vienna. We have no choice. That's where the book is. But, you know, if you know a bookstore near you, a church bookstore, they can order it from us. And then, you know, if they order a bunch, they get it at wholesale price. We can ship it to them, and then you'll get it for cheaper, all right? You can help us out and tell bookstores about it, all right? Yeah. They can order it at our website. Wait, I'm pointing at something that's not here. www at our gift shop. Give your bookstore, all right? This link, they can order it at wholesale price. There's a whole bunch of the books. Then people can get it for cheaper. Yeah. All right. Cecilia says,
Sister Vassa, she wishes you a blessed Lent.
You too, Cecilia. I wish everybody a blessed Lent. Everybody forgive me, okay, for any shortcomings and whatever that I might have caused you. I might have caused them shortcomings. Whatever. I'm sorry, all right? Ahead of Lent, we ask one another forgiveness, so that's what I'm saying. All right, Julie Lucky. I wonder if any will jump ship. Oh, she means...
cheerleaders.
The creepy cheerleaders?
Yeah.
I don't think they have any chance of doing that, my friend. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And
Marcy Shore. No, not babbling. Good words. Let's go down, 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 because we are
yeah,
way behind. Lots of comments today, everybody.
yeah.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
joining us.
See here. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Cynthia says that Letterman's new show.
Yeah.
Cynthia's always on top of these things.
Yeah.
God bless you, Cynthia. Letterman's new show is called My Guest Needs No Introduction.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cynthia. Now.
Oh, there we go. And let's see here. Lynn writes. She writes about the show. For the love, hooray for creatives of this world, says Marcy Shore. Indeed.
Yes, I know. We need them.
Yes.
That's why the creatives of this world, the musicians, the actors, and so on. We can't say actresses anymore.
Right.
I was going to say the actors and the actors.
Yeah.
They get paid the most. Why? Because, it's very important what they do. The comedians, they give people a little bit of a break,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. And
Razor Rob Cole did not know that avocados were grown in Galilee. Well, you heard it here, my friend. So a lot more of such valuable information.
Indeed.
Where it came from.
Yes.
Everybody, we have to say goodbye. We've been on for a bit long.
Yeah.
And we don't know what we're going to do next Saturday because a lot of people are in church for the first Saturday of Lent. Okay? But we have to do it at this time because for us, it's in between church times. Mm-hmm. It's the afternoon in Vienna, right?
Right.
So, God bless you people too. Lynn Tomlinson says she will recommend the book to her parish bookstore.
Thank you.
Everybody, why don't you help us out? Tell your parish bookstore to order our book, wholesale price, here at this link at our gift shop, okay? And before I say goodbye, let's put the Patreon link up.
Yes.
Please, we do need your help. Subscribe just for $5 a month to our audio podcasts, okay? We're entirely crowdfunded. I know you're sick of hearing me say this. Well, maybe you're not. But anyway, I would understand it if you were. But please, subscribe, all right? And support us. This audio podcast is actually useful. You're not just giving, you're not giving to charity. We do provide a service. People enjoy it. These are 2 podcasts weekly. And if you subscribe, as a bonus subscriber, you also get access to our video course on the Divine Liturgy. Yeah. That is very popular, okay? You really can't find anything else like it. Step by step, with pictures, with music, and with information, but also, hopefully, in an inspirational form, you learn in detail about the Divine Liturgy. So far, it's 26 videos, but we're going to have a new one this week, and it keeps going, okay? So far, I'm up to the Litany of Completion that comes right after the Great Entrance. That's the video coming up. Join us, all right? Just try it. You can always unsubscribe, please, okay? We do have lots of new subscribers because we've been doing this Saturday morning live, but we would appreciate it if you as well would sign on, all right? Just because it's cool.
It is cool.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Your street cred will rise
exponentially.
Yes. All right. So, hugs to all of you. Someone says, love, hugs, and blessings to you all, says
you,
Marcy. And Yvonne says, subscribe. That's right. You heard Yvonne. Yes. Mary Louise Lambert, hello, Mary Louise, says, let us begin the fast with joy. Indeed, it's a good time. Spiritual and physical fitness, everybody. Let's take care of ourselves, all right? Let's pay attention and take some care, good, tender, loving care of ourselves this Lent. That's what it's all about. All right, I love you. Forgive me, and join us this Lent.
Yes.
All right, goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you.
Okay, now we just wait until we go off.
Until Jenya puts the buttons around here somewhere.
You know what? We can go off because usually the buttons come later than this. Okay. Way later.
All right.